Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great start to your week. It is week number 9 of 52 weeks of Chasing Good Health, and I hope that you are enjoying all the practices that we've talked about so far, and actually some of them are sticking with you. You know, it's not reasonable to think that all 52 things or all 52 practices are something that we could do. If we could do that, holy man, we would be super healthy and chasing good health, but that's not gonna be realistic for everybody. But I hope that at least say half of them are practices that we can take forward, and in you know, when we're adding them up, right, cumulatively we'll be practicing 25 say more healthy things every day, every week, every month, every year. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about chasing good health. It's a lot different than wellness. It's being an active part. It's making yourself an expert at chasing good health, and that's what it's all about. So last week was one of the most interesting weeks for me. I don't know if you are actually filling out your form. There's mine. You can see it's legitimately done. And it was one of the most interesting weeks for me because it was really interesting how many times, you know, at my most peaceful, because I'm on the run and I'm rushing. And so I actually documented that. And I do feel like my body does digest food easier, and I don't eat as much when I was actually in parasympathetic mode, rest and repose, rest and digest, versus constantly running and gunning. So I tried to be really mindful of either taking a walk or, you know, at least giving myself stepping away from my desk before I started eating food. So I don't know if that was helpful for you, but that was one of my most favorite weeks so far, because even though I know about all of these things, right, or most of them, some things I'm learning new from Dr. Cabral's integrative health practitioner training, I still don't practice them every day. And so this is a really good reminder to me and some accountability. So I hope that you're doing it too. This week is an interesting one. It's not related to digestion. It's not related to eating. I feel like we've done a lot of things with eating. We've done chewing our food and food combining, and last week making sure that we are not in a sympathetic or in a fight or flight sort of nervous system pattern, or having that part of our nervous system active when we're actually going to enjoy food. This week we're going to take a little turn, and I'll be honest, I sort of creatively copied this from our preacher at church, and this has nothing to do with, you know, if you're religious or if you're not. It doesn't have anything to do with that. So, you know, don't tune out if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear about church. So there's nothing to do with that. But, you know, he was basically preaching on the idea of what's your number, and teaching us not to be kind of a past or a present liver, you know, not to live in the past and not to live in the present, but or in the future, but to live right now. And he started the sermon by saying, what's your number? And so that's the title of our week 9 Chasing Good Health, because our mental and emotional state is incredibly important for chasing good health. Your body hears everything that you say and everything that you think. And so it's incredibly important to make sure that we are putting our best foot forward. And this is one of my most favorite sermons that he's done maybe ever. So I'm going to share it with you in a non-churchy way for those of you who aren't into that. So essentially what your number is, I'm 46 years old. That means my number is 46. It means that I have 365 days in my number 46 to be living my most purposeful and my best life. And am I doing that every day? And of course, we're not going to be able to do that every day, right? We all get in a hurry. But the point of this, what's your number, and spending this next week really thinking about our number and being mindful about our days, is to help us kind of get off that rat wheel. I don't know how many of you guys, I know there's a few of you guys watching live. Hello to you. I don't know how many of you guys feel like your weeks sort of run into months and months run into years, because you're just kind of constantly in a hurry. This week we're going to go super slow down, and we're going to think about the things that really would make you live your best life in your number. So for me, that means that I am not working all the time, that I'm spending time with my children, that I don't always feel hurried and rushed, that I practice yoga, that I keep my house nice and tidy, and that I have a kind of, a good work-life balance. When those things are off kilter for me, then I don't really feel like I'm doing my best work. And it's easy to let those things go. So what's your number really says, hey, in my year of 46, what am I doing to achieve all of my goals? If your goal in January was to be super healthy, or I think when birthdays come around, if we want to use that. So your next birthday comes around and you say, this year I'm gonna, do these 3 things. What are you actually doing to make sure those 3 things happen? And that's what we're gonna talk about this week. Some of the things that kind of help get your mind in the right vein for this are some positive affirmations. And so I'm gonna read you a few of them. You don't have to take these on, but these are a few good ones. The first one is that you think in the morning that things really are always working out for you. The universe really is conspiring in your favor. It wants you to be successful. Everything around you is sort of teeing you up to be successful. There's nobody fighting against you. We are all on the same team, and kind of having that attitude in the mornings is really important. And for me, is important to make sure I'm living my best day every single day of 46 in the best way that I can. Because to be honest, you guys, we really are not ever granted the promise of another day. So we want to make sure that this day, we're not wishing for tomorrow to come. We're not wishing that we were in the past, but we're really focused on just today and making today the absolute best we can to support the goals we want to achieve. The next one is I'm surrounded by an abundance of people and resources, and I can accomplish anything I want. And so the first one is things are always working out for you. 2, that you have an abundance of resources at your disposal to make it happen. 3, how good it feels to be the best version of yourself. So we're going to be thinking about that this week. And number 4, and the last one is you'll be amazed at how strong you feel when every day you try and line back up with your value system. How many of you guys, I know that happens to me. I don't know that every day I think about my value system, but I promise you that when I do, I actually feel better and I feel stronger and I feel more grounded and less swayed from sort of side to side. I sort of stay on course. So I want us to be thinking about whatever your number is, whether it's, 26, 36, 46, 42, 30, whatever number you are, 60, 70. We have people of all ages in the Juice Ritual. Whatever your number is, I want you to spend a lot of time this week thinking about, are you living every single day given to you in your number in the best way that you can to make sure that your goals and objectives and the things that you really want to accomplish are actually coming true, that you're spending your time that way, and that you are not living somewhere in a wishful future or wishing that you could go backward. So that's what we're going to focus on. On our checklist this week, well, before I do that, I want to read from you. And I've been using his book a lot. If you don't have it, it's really amazing. It's by Dr. Frank Lipman, and it's How to Be Well. And there's a couple of things that he writes about relative to mindset that I want to share with you. And we did, if you're brand new to the Juice Ritual this month, please go back and read the beginning sections of 52 Weeks of Chasing Good Health. It looks like this. So that you can develop a mantra for yourself for the next 365 days. You can write a letter to yourself about the things you want to achieve and why you're actually doing this, because in the next week or two, we're going to go back to that. So make sure if you are brand new to the Juice Ritual that you take some time to go back to that. But right now I want to talk about the practice of purpose. And I'm going to read to you a couple of things that Dr. Lipman says. Cultivating personal purpose begins by asking yourself, what lights me up? Do this first thing in the morning and take a moment to scan the day that's about to come. What small moment offers an experience of contentment today? So that's really, again, about making sure that you're not looking forward and you're not looking backward, but that you're only focused on right now today. And what small moment could offer contentment for just this day? Because this day is one of the 365 that you get in this number. It's gone forever. You can never get it back again. You only get 365 of them for each number. And so how best are you looking for contentment? And I think that's really important. And he goes on to kind of talk about that, but you want to make sure that you are filling your day with some things, as he says, that really light you up, that provide contentment. On Juice Ritual Day, we do always try and schedule 30 minutes of something to be in service to yourself, because I think for many of us, that's a new concept, and we can get really super busy being in service to others, but do we ever really serve ourselves? And if you never are in service to yourself, then you really can't, and you can easily lose those things that light you up. So that's the first thing I wanted to share. The next one is more experiences and fewer things. And this is something that I have been trying to practice in my family, especially teaching my children that lots of things will never sort of fill up that happiness void, and that experiences are much better. And the same goes along with contentment. And Dr. Littman says that feelings of contentment are more likely to come from places and experiences rather than from objects. So spend your extra time and cash on doing and being, and put less into having. And I think that also fits in line with how are we spending our time in each day of our number. So please try this week. I'm going to actually post mine this week in the group. I say that I'm going to do that every week and I forget to scan it, but you did see it. It's legit and true. I fill it out every single week. I do this along with you, because what you put into something is exactly what you're going to get back out of it. And if you give just even five, I think this takes me maybe 5 to 10 minutes every day, maybe not even. I just do it at work and I keep it in my work stuff, so it's super easy for me to access. So please give it if you haven't yet, it's not too late to start, and there's no grade and there's no, nobody has to see it. But, go ahead and try and fill this out, because what you write down and what you write, you actually give a little bit more thought to. At least that's for me. If I just kind of let thoughts go in my head, I don't know that I actually can act on them. And again, at the end of this year, I'm gonna have 52 weeks of practices to go back to. I also think that if you don't try writing it down, if you don't try doing some of the exercises, then how the heck are you really gonna know if you felt better or you didn't? And that's not chasing good health. That's being really not experiencing what this program has to offer to the fullest. And so I encourage you to really be an active part of that. This week in the Juice Ritual, I'm going to introduce to all of you guys one of our new coaches. We're going to have several coaches inside of our Juice Ritual this year, because I do want to offer people a little more support along these exercises. And you guys see that every single week, I told you I'm going to scan mine in, and I haven't done it yet. So you can see I need a coach myself. Everyone needs a coach. So we're going to have a couple of coaches inside of our mastermind group that are going to help us in this regard. And if you do have questions or you would like some extra help, again, this is, the design of this is that we're here to help you, and we're here to encourage each other. So I'd love to hear, if you found yourself eating in kind of fight or flight and not in rest and repose last week, and how that impacted you. And then I would love to know what you think about, or if you want to share what your number is. My number is 46, and I am really going to try and be mindful this week of every day, what am I doing to really be as content as I can, and know that the universe is teaming me up for success, and making sure that every day I spend some time doing things that I really want to do as part of this one of the 365 days in 46. So if you want to share what your number is and things that really light you up and things that you're working on, I'd love to hear it. No one sees this, again, except for anybody inside of our Juice Ritual Mastermind. So it's not, broadcast to Facebook land for, to everyone. So it's only people that are doing the same thing. So if you want to share it with us, great, we'd love to see it. And if you have questions, please let us know. It is Juice Ritual Week. I'm getting ready as soon as I'm done here to get into our group and do another video about some reminders for this week, but I'll go ahead and tell you here, just in case you don't want to watch another one. You are receiving juices today. Some of you may receive them tomorrow, and we're sort of mystery juice company this week. Actually this whole month probably. We are in April going to launch really a whole revised look for the Juice Ritual, getting new bottles, new labels. The caps are the same, I think. New boxes that your shipments will come in with a new liner. There will be no more ice packs, which is amazing. That way your refrigerator or your freezer won't be full of them. And the liner is made from recycled plastic bottles. So we're closing that loop. So we're really excited about that. But I don't want to just throw away bottles that we have. That's just contributing to the overload of recycling. So I want to use them. So, you can tell what juice you're drinking by a little code on the top. This is inflammation tonic. And so the code is there. So I sent everybody an email. So in your tracking email this week, you'll actually see the code and then the name of the juice and what's in it. Because some of you guys may be brand new. For those of you that are new, we typically do not send our juices with no front label and no back label. This is like mystery juice company here. This is not what we do. But you can easily see what you're drinking, and we'll go through them on Juice Ritual Day. So I did not want you to be alarmed or to wonder what the heck is going on. So I just wanted to remind you of that. If you did not receive an email from us, then check your spam folder, because that's where it's gone, because they all went out yesterday. So it should be there waiting for you with your tracking number. If you check your spam folder and you still don't have an email from us, then I want you to reach out to our juice concierge, Elizabeth, and I'm gonna give you that number now, and it is 859-550-3218, and she'll be happy to help you find out what happened to your order, or you can email us at orders@theweeklyjuicery.com. I'm so excited to have you guys doing this with me, this Juice Ritual month. We have lots of new people and it's really exciting. I cannot wait for you to see the new bottles and the new labels and the new packaging and all the things. We do believe that the new liner also will keep the juice super, super cold for us during summer, because you guys remember last summer, if FedEx or UPS had any delay in service, then our juices wouldn't be cold enough when they arrived to you. So we think we fixed that problem too. And thank you for your patience if you were somebody who ever experienced that. If for some reason, that's a good reminder, you do not receive your tracking number, any of that kind of stuff, remember to reach out to us so that we can help you and make sure that juice is on the way. I hope you have a lovely week, and remember, fill out the form for Chasing Good Health and let me know what you think.